This crisis has already cost Chicago taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars, according to an unprecedented new database that tracks 23 years of wrongful conviction lawsuits in which the city is fighting those who have been declared factually innocent. Tonight, the I-Team with an exclusive first look at the numbers and the solutions civil rights attorneys are proposing.
Dear Brandon Johnson, take a direct course and direct action in stopping this political red tape with this madness and wasting taxpayers' money.
The Truth, Hope, and Justice Initiative is hammering its message to the city of Chicago and Mayor Brandon Johnson to deal with what it calls an emergency.
Chicago is the wrongful conviction capital of America. We're going to look at this data, understand the data, make recommendations working with key stakeholders with the city. From our research, Chicago is at the top of the list in worst cities dealing with this issue. It's a crisis.
Chicago continues to fight lawsuits against people who were exonerated. Many have certificates of innocence, which are granted by a judge. The past 2 years, the social justice group partnered with a coalition of lawyers and corporations to file public records requests and build a massive database of more than 1,700 lawsuits, highlighting how much Chicago taxpayers have paid fighting wrongful conviction cases against the city.
What the wrongful conviction data has shown us is the city continues to lose these cases. The city continues to spend tens of millions of dollars paying outside counsel to defend these cases. They consistently lose at trial millions of dollars and then are also responsible for paying legal fees to the plaintiff's attorneys on top of the settlements or verdicts.
The ABC7 data team corroborated the Truth, Hope, and Justice Project's findings in this report that highlights 300 of the cases. Dozens of data scientists and legal professionals, including attorney Alex Zeltzer, volunteered for the project.
No one has sort of an economic or incentive to get it done without the scale and scope that law firms and outside organizations can bring.
Since 2000, Chicago has doled out more than $675 million on wrongful conviction litigation.
The numbers are shocking. And then when you look at the current cases pending, right now there's at least 200 wrongful conviction cases pending against the city of Chicago. Based on our analysis and based on predictive analytics, this is $1 billion problem today for the city of Chicago.
I think the most important thing that this project brings to the table is that it increases transparency around the litigation related to police misconduct. This database brings together a lot of information and puts it in one place, which I think will be very valuable.
The report exposes nearly $138 million has been invoiced by outside law firms during the past 2+ decades. These are the top 3 billers. None of them responded to I-Team requests for interviews.
I think the ultimate goal is to have it be an instrument for change. How can we spend less money on these types of issues, and how can we be more efficient?
The initiative group has strong recommendations to the city, including conducting a risk assessment for pending wrongful conviction cases, building a specialized wrongful conviction unit within the city's law department, and developing a mediation platform.
I think what this shows is the power of collaborating when it comes to creating these kinds of transformative initiatives that can help with police reform.
Mayor Johnson needs to take a step back. They need to look at the exposure that the city of Chicago really has, and they need to address this problem, just like they're addressing the migrant problem.
City of Chicago officials and the mayor's office have not responded to I-Team questions. Attorneys on this Chicago project say they are going to expand it to other large cities with track records of wrongful conviction lawsuits.